May I come in, sir?
Come on in, please.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Please take a seat.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Karan Narendra More,
Yes, sir.
right? From Satara, Maharashtra.
Yes, sir.
Briefly introduce yourself to the board.
Sir, my name is Karan. I belong to Satara district of Maharashtra. I have done my schooling from Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya, Satara, and my graduation in mechanical engineering from Government College of Engineering and Research, Pune. And after my graduation, I am preparing for the civil service.
Take sir. Madam, please.
So, Karan, you've been playing Kho-Kho. You're
Yes,
captain of the Kho-Kho team.
Yes, ma'am.
What is Kho-Kho?
Ma'am, it is a indigenous rural sport. It is very popular in parts of Maharashtra. In Kho-Kho, ma'am, there are two teams, 12 members in each team, and one team is chasing and one team is running. And
Can it become, sorry for interrupting, can it become, I think it's a national game already, but can it be played at an international level, you think, at any point of time? Or is it already being done? I'm not aware.
Ma'am, it can be an international sport, and currently it is being played in various Asian countries like Iran, Southeast Asian countries, and the game is evolving and it is adopting to modern modern games. Like currently Kho-Kho is being played on mats. There are also innovation in terms of power plays in Kho-Kho. Like last year there was Ultimate Kho-Kho League.
I see.
And in which they incorporated certain modern methods of play, and in that way Kho-Kho can become a
Can become like Kabaddi has become.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Then if you look around in India today, taking you to another subject, G20s, and SCO are the two important multilateral sort of meetings of which will be taking place in India, and India is the president for both. So what do you know about the G20? Tell me a little bit, and then a little bit about the SCO.
Ma'am, G20 is a apex global institution which deals with the global financial matters, and over the periods it has expanded its domain. And
when was it established?
Ma'am, it started in 1998. I'm not sure about that, and it was elevated to Head of State Summit in 2008, ma'am, after global financial crisis. And currently G20 has 20 members, and it constitutes almost 80% of global GDP and 75 to 80% of global trade. And
what is the theme for India's presidency?
One world, one future, one family. That is with its philosophy as Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. And there are also other thematic areas like digital economy, women-led development, and also promotion of digital public infrastructure in the India G20 presidency.
Right. And if there's been talk, I'll come to SCO after. Just one more question on G20. We just recently had the foreign ministers meeting and the finance ministers meeting in India. They couldn't bring out a joint communique, so to speak. What do you think could be the reason for that? And is it something which will prevent G20 from, at the summit finding a amicable or a mutually agreeable sort of outcome or situation at the end? Or it will continue like this?
Yes, ma'am. There were issues like bringing West and Russia, China on the same grounds.
Why? What was the reason? What kept them?
Because Russia and China don't want to include a reference of Russia-Ukraine war in the G20 communes, and West is insisting on including Russia-Ukraine war reference in the G20 communes. That's why there is no consensus.
No consensus, and so nothing was issued. So at the summit, what do you expect? Will the same thing happen again, you think?
Ma'am, it will be a challenge to bring West and Russia and China on the same platform. But our G20 should not consume out too much of energy on just the Russia-Ukraine war. We have other agendas like digital economy, voice of global south, and including this agenda in G20 summit. That should be also focus of our G20 president.
And what do you know about the SCO, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization?
SCO as an institution started in 2001 with 5 members.
Which ones?
Russia, China, Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan, and later Uzbekistan also joined. And in 2017, India and Pakistan also joined, and it has currently SCO has 8 members, and it cooperates on
Iran
issues.
also. Iran is going to join this year.
Yes, ma'am. In 2023, Iran is going to join, and it coordinates on the issues of security, economic cooperation, and also regional peace and stability.
Right. And now we are told that the defense ministers meeting is taking place 27, 28, and I think first week of May, foreign ministers meeting is taking place.
Yes,
and there is a sort of news report that Pakistan foreign minister will be coming as well. So what do you think is happening at the SCO? Again, will it be hijacked by India, Pakistan, or you think, or by Pakistan or by other players, or will it find some resolution, or there will be clear outcomes in the SCO meeting as per its mandate?
Ma'am, SCO has largely managed to have some sort of convergence of issues between India and Pakistan, and it has the hijacking of SCO due to India-Pakistan issue has not happened in the past, and I don't think this time it will happen, because we have larger agenda for SCO summits, and the players like Russia, China have managed to ensure that India and Pakistan issue does not hijack the SCO.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, More, tell me, what is the difference between trekking and mountaineering?
Sir, mountaineering is more sophisticated and more adventurous than the trekking. For mountaineering, we require more sophisticated tools and training also. For trekking, we don't require that much of skills and also training. And mountaineering is largely done in the high mountainous regions like Himalaya and regions. And trekking can be done on the hilly areas like in Maharashtra, sir. Trekking can be.
Okay. So what are the areas you have covered during your trekking? Is it only confined to Maharashtra, or have you
Sir,
been to
largely I have done trekking in areas of Maharashtra, like hills and forts of Maharashtra. And in Himalayas, I have done one trekking to Kedarnath.
Okay, that's you have done. Kedarnath, okay. Tell me, you know about zeroth law of thermodynamics?
Yes.
What is that?
Sir, if body A and body B are in thermal equilibrium with each other, then and they both are thermal equilibrium with the body C, then both A and B will be thermal equilibrium with each other.
So all three will be in thermal equilibrium.
In thermal equilibrium.
So can you give examples of this particular theory applicable in foreign relations with the foreign countries, where it applies and where it does not apply?
Like, sir, if we consider India as a body A and USA as a body B, then India and USA and both have good relations with Europe. Then
okay, fine. It applies.
Yes.
Tell me where it does not apply.
India, sir, if India is body A and Russia is body B, and if USA is body C, then it does not apply.
Okay, fine, absolutely fine. There are cases of suicide in Maharashtra by farmers.
Yes.
So suppose you have made the district magistrate of one such district. What steps do you think is required so that this problem is minimized?
Sir, in the short term, steps can be taken that meeting of money lenders can be organized to ask them to stop their recovery work. The farmers meeting can be organized to ensure that there is message that district administration is taking steps to stop suicide. And in the long term, there needs to have certain strategy like diversification of crop from cotton to other crops like sorghum, millets, and also pulses. And secondly, sir, insurance coverage due to weather-related incidents that can be provided. Third, sir, beyond options should be sought beyond agriculture also, like in terms of mining and industries in the Vidarbha and Marathwada region. And fourthly, sir, there also needs to have social security net for the farmers to ensure that they sustain in the lean periods.
Very good. So now tell me, elections are supposed to be held every 5 years, but India is always in election mode. Somewhere or the other, elections are taking place, some state or something. So do you think we can have one election for all of this thing, or maybe two, at most two, within a period of 5 years? is it a better suggestion than what we have with the system which we have right now? What are the problems in having it? If I say that the elections can be held maximum twice in the 5-year span?
So certainly this is a desirable proposition because elections in India consume too much of administrative energy also, and it also impedes the developmental and governance work. And Law Commission has also recommended to have a simultaneous election. But before bringing simultaneous election, there should be consensus between political parties regarding that, and it should be done, sir. Simultaneous election, because in the initial years of our independence, we had simultaneous election for 3 general elections, and that can be done, sir.
Okay. Now tell me, some initiatives the Election Commission has taken nowadays. Can you enumerate some of the initiatives, good initiatives?
Like, sir, it has started remote voting facilities for the person with disabilities and elderly people, and also there is election literacy program going on to e-sweep platform of Election Commission, and recently Election Commission has also proposed remote voting for migrant workers.
Okay. Now tell me, it is said that the government departments are very inefficient if you compare it with the private sector. So how can we improve the efficiency of the government departments? There's a lot of red tapeism is there.
So it can be done in multiple ways. Like, we need for structural, procedural and behavioral reforms. Like, structurally there should be decentralization in administration, and also procedurally, sir, there should be incorporation of technology like e-governance initiatives which will automate some of the processes, like we have done through Pragati or e-governance platforms or Right to Services Act. And sir, there is also need to build capacity of administration at the local level, at the district level, so that they can deliver. Like, there are issues like citizen charter is not being implemented in a true spirit due to lack of administrative capacity. That can be done, sir. And overall, sir, there is need to break the silos between the different departments by use of technology to improve interoperability and integrated approach, like we have done through PM Gati Shakti Yojana, to have a holistic approach, and in that way, sir, efficiency can be improved.
Okay, my last question to you. Tell me 5 positives and 5 negatives of Maharashtra.
Sir, first 5 positives, like Maharashtra is industrially developed state. It contributes almost 25% of India's.
No, just tell me the point wise only, bullet points. Industrialization, that is one thing. Yes.
Second, sir, the coastline of Maharashtra and its port infrastructure. Third, sir, history of Maharashtra and the tradition of saints in Maharashtra.
Okay.
Fourth, sir, it's a legacy of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj and the forts of Shivaji Maharaj. It is a strength of positive of Maharashtra.
Okay.
And fifth, sir, it's people. Maharashtra are really hardworking, particularly in my areas. And sir, negatives, sir, lack of regionally balanced development. Secondly, sir, issue of water crisis, particularly Vidarbha and Marathwada region. Third, sir, the haphazardous urbanization in Mumbai and suburban areas.
Okay.
Sir, then, sir, crisis in higher education institutions, because there is declining trend in quality of higher education.
Okay.
And sir, lastly, sir, health, sir, because due to a lot of privatization of health, there are issues.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You are a mechanical engineer.
Yes.
So tell me nowadays, in terms of powering passenger vehicles, there is a general notion that smaller passenger vehicle should be lithium-ion battery vehicles, EV batteries. That's our purpose. There is the larger vehicles, heavy vehicles, shipping. There should be green hydrogen. Don't you think that this is a flawed philosophy, because that's limiting actually technology development?
Sir, it is based on the requirements and the feasibility of batteries. Like, sir, if you use electric batteries for larger vehicles, it will be bulky, and it has also load which will impact the working of large vehicles, and it will be more economical to use hydrogen vehicles.
But why not green hydrogen for smaller vehicles?
Sir, there are studies.
My question is
Yes,
that by framing such a policy, is not government limiting technology development? Technology development should be agnostic.
Sir, I don't think so, because we are working on electric vehicles also and hydrogen cars also. It will ensure that we have diversified resource for our energies. And for smaller vehicles, currently current technology, as per current technology, electric vehicles are more efficient than the hydrogen vehicles, because hydrogen in hydrogen vehicles development, there is not much that technological development that is happening. And in the future, I think, sir, for smaller vehicles also, hydrogen will be preferred.
BMW has already used hydrogen IC vehicles.
Sir, I am not aware of.
Okay. Again, question on mechanical engineering. This is, I would say, like, mechanical engineers. Whole focus of the government is on manufacturing.
Yes.
And mechanical engineering has to play a very important part. Now, we have two models of manufacturing. One is very large manufacturing, and another is small manufacturing, MSMEs. So, what would you prefer for India's development and why?
Sir, we need both large scale manufacturing also and small scale manufacturing.
We have limited resources. Okay?
Yes.
We don't have too much of money. Where the government should be putting more money in MSMEs or in very large?
Sir, I think in large manufacturing,
Why?
because sir, it ensures that there is adequate market, and also it creates other spillover effects to develop other markets and also MSMEs. Because if you produce in large numbers, it will bring
Not large industry.
if we promote large industries and allow our MSMEs to grow, then they will able to create jobs also in the economy, and also it will help India to expand its exports in that way. Sir.
Okay. So my last question to you. You are from Satara.
Yes.
So Satara is in Western Ghats.
Yes.
Western Ghats are supposed to be one of the 8 biodiversity hotspots of the world. A lot of rivers, many rivers, very sacred rivers like Krishna, they originate from where? Your district.
Yes.
So, tell me, there is a demand that Western art must be preserved as such. Whereas there is another lobby which is saying that that divorces us from development. Why should not we have very large airports, large roads, thermal power plants, industries in that? So, what's your view on that?
Sir, I think Western Ghats ecology should be preserved, and already there is too much encroachment on the Western Ghats due to developmental works and thermal power plants and large hydroelectric power plants. In that way, sir, Western Ghats should be preserved. And if we have to carry developmental activities, it should be synced with the requirements of the Western Ghats and the biological limitation that Western Ghats imposes. And development.
That is the main question. Because local people are saying that why we should be devoid of fruits of the land? Why we should not have major roads, big airports?
Sir, but sir, I think such development will be short term and will not be sustainable. In the long term, we may have to face certain issues like
Why people
landslide.
should suffer in the short term?
Sir, for short term, if we suffer in the short term and we manage to find alternatives to development in the short term, in the long term it will be beneficial and it will be more sustainable. And in long term, the cost of development will be also less.
You have to find a better answer to that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. You're from Satara, one of my favorite places. You know about Chhatrapati Shivaji's sword, of which a replica is in one of the museums. Where is the original sword kept? Bhavani.
Sir, the sword is. It is said that the sword is taken by the British to their lands, and currently the replica is placed in the Satara Museum.
So where is it? Bhavani.
Sir, I don't know exactly, but it is
London. Okay, London. Most things in the world looted from the third entire civilizations you will find there. Okay, that's the all stolen goods received here. Okay. Anyway, your name Karan is one of the few people after whom mothers still name their children, although he was on the side of the Kauravas. Right?
Yes.
Ever wondered why? Give me a very brief 20-second, 30-second reply as to why Karan is considered an honorable person in spite of being on the side of the Kauravas.
Sir, despite being side on the Kauravas, he managed to have some sort of virtuous character in him, and he maintained some sort of standards in terms of ethicality in his approach. That's why,
Such as?
like, sir, he was a charitable person, and he also
Danveer and
he was also sir good administrator. Like
where was his capital?
sir, Champanagari in Bihar. Sir,
Ang देश का राजा था. Ang कहाँ है इस वक्त? Where is Ang as of today?
Sir, in Bihar, sir, state of Bihar.
Right. Anyway, are you aware that couple of days back there was this Akshaya Tritiya?
Yes.
Right? What does the day signify by way of Mahabharata war? Mahabharata Yug.
Sir, I'm not aware of.
Ramayana, the Dwapar Yug of Mahabharata, in which Mahabharata was fought, began on that day. Your name in the DAF has triggered all these questions. You realize what all can be asked. Okay, very quickly. Let me ask a very different kind of a question. How is Satara cuisine different from Mumbai cuisine, different from Savantwadi cuisine? Couple of differences. And that's my last question.
Like in sir Satara cuisine, there is much of inclusion of spices compared to Savantwadi cuisine,
Right?
and also sir the bhakri, jawar bhakri is more prevalent in
Millets,
Satara.
yes.
Millets, sir. And third, sir, in Savantwadi area there is fish-based cuisine. And in Satara there are multiple cuisines in cereal-based or others.
Mostly actually is vegetarian. Okay.
Yes.
Now compare both to Mumbai cuisine. Koliwada as we call it.
Sir, I'm not aware of the Mumbai cuisine as such. Totally.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.